Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the second episode of Let's Talk Love, a series I started talking everything love from toxic love to how you're attracting love to what kind of love to attract. Some of us are attracting love from a broken place, and we're wondering why we continue to get in these toxic situations that we seem to want to keep around. It's like we don't want it around, but we want it around. In my life, I've been in a couple relationships where I have accepted and attracted and also participated in toxic love, thinking that it's healthy. It's the only type of love I've ever seen. So I thought, if we don't fight, you don't love me. But that is far the furthest thing from the truth. And I think it's a really big misconception, especially in our community, because we grow up seeing fighting, arguing, crazy things in the household. So we tend to step out when we get into our own relationships as we get older. And it's like, well, if you don't want to fight, if you're not going to hit me back, then that's not love. Furthest from the truth. Let me tell you something about manipulation. People can spot your insecurities from a mile away, especially if they're paying attention. You need to get in the space to where you are aware, you are paying attention so that you can also see what's off about the person you're dealing with or the people. A lot of us are manipulators just as well as we are getting manipulated. We don't like when it's done to us, but we have no problem doing it to others, especially when it's coming from a hurt place and you feel like you've been in relationships that constantly abuse you, that constantly mistreat you, that constantly tear you down. So now you'll find yourself in a position to where you're like, you know what? It's I'm hard. I'm tough. Your exterior has now changed from soft and giving and nurturing and kind to hard, aggressive. Your wall is up and you are not dealing with nothing. So you can't even hold yourself accountable for when you are wrong because you don't want to take yourself back to a place to where when you were hurt. When it comes to you questioning yourself and the people around you, the relationships and friendships you are in, you need to pay close attention to how they treat the people they say that they love. The people they say are they homeboys and homegirls. Pay attention to how they treat them. And then go back and reflect on how they've been treating you. A lot of the times, we don't be paying attention to our signs. We don't be paying attention to people for real. We have a false identity and narrative in our head of who we are with and who we're giving our time to. Because we think that if I act like this, if I move like this, if I do this, then it will be this. It's going to be that if it's supposed to be that. It's going to be that if the signs and actions are there to support that vision and that dream. We are spirits having a human experience. This is spiritual. All of it. So you need to test the spirit. You need to be constantly trying to be in relationship with your spirit. You need to be aware of what spirits are around you, especially if you are dabbing in other spirits, like drinking, like smoking, things like that. I don't smoke or drink anymore. I used to smoke and drink real heavy. Then I slowed down. I would take breaks where it was like a month or a couple weeks and things of that nature. Okay, cool. I'm not smoking this week, but I'm smoking next week. I'm not drinking this week, but I'm drinking next week. Then it turned into casually. If I go out to eat, cute date, whatever, I'm a drink. And it was only one glass, y'all. Like one glass of wine, one blunt. But I started realizing that I was not myself. Now I'm extra irritated. Now I'm getting mad about stuff I typically wouldn't get mad about. Now I'm moody. Like spirits attach themselves to you when you are not yourself, when you are not truly raw yourself, and you're operating in other things. Spirits will attach themselves to you, especially if you're around certain spirits. Okay, they take advantage of that because you're low. You're not yourself. You're not alert. You're not aware. So when you're asking for these signs, really pay attention and try to be your pure self. Not saying you can't smoke or drink. Slow it down a little bit so that you can be your pure self and your intuition can really be high. When you are in this place of constantly questioning everything you have going on, you're questioning people, you're questioning yourself, you need to pray and ask God to reveal to you who is around you. What is in you that is stopping you from being your best self? Have you ever felt like you had a blockage? Every time you try, you don't succeed. You always fail. You can't follow through. You can't show up. There is something on you and in you that you need to get out. So test the spirit so that you can not only see what's around you, but what's in you. I used to be the type of person where I was so scared to look in people's eyes because I seen them for who they are, and that scared me. I was like, like I don't want to look at these people. Like, no. So I would avoid eye contact. I wasn't confident in myself. I avoided paying attention, and I accepted a lot of things in my life and a lot of relationships and people and friendships in my life that did not serve me, did not deserve me, and should not have even been around me. Okay, because I wasn't in my intuition, my awareness. I wasn't paying attention, and I was choosing not to in some situations. So the key to realizing what is around you and being aware, especially when it comes to manipulation, you need to be assertive first of all. So if you're not confident, your shoulders always down, you like this all the time, you don't know how to stand up for yourself or communicate properly or effectively, you need to work on that. Start putting yourself in situations where you have to communicate. Start putting yourself in situations where you have to be assertive and dominant. What you are going through and what you are experiencing is temporary. It is not forever. So don't get caught up in your circumstances. Don't get caught up in what's going on. Get caught up in what's going to happen. And if you have a vision for your life or want to bring your vision to fruition and don't know how, I'm dropping the vision board book on the 22nd, which is Monday, and it will be posted on all of my social media platforms. It's only $25, so it's not breaking the bank. And I break down what is a vision, how to bring your vision to fruition, and the steps you need to take in order to start seeing your fruit be produced in your life. I show you how to become the person that deserves what they are about to be blessed with, the person that can keep their blessing. So be sure to look out for the link to the Vision Board book dropping Monday. I'm so excited about it. Oh my gosh, like I know it's going to change so many people's lives, and I'm ready to hear you guys' testimonials and, just see the orders coming through on my phone. I'm so excited. A lot of women think they cannot be assertive or dominant or okay. A lot of us think we can't, especially with the soft life and femininity. You have masculinity in you as well. The problem is we use too much of our masculine and not enough of our feminine. So now we're trying to transition and be more feminine and in our divine aura, and we completely drop off all the masculine. So now we're not assertive. Now we're not confident. Now we're not dominant. We don't put our foot down about anything. We don't say anything because we don't want conflict and we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Step into your assertiveness. Step into your dominance. There's nothing wrong with it, especially when it comes to relationships in your life. Because if you're not confident, if you're not assertive, if you're not dominant, especially when it comes to your boundaries, your standards, your morals, your respect, somebody's going to take advantage of you. And not even somebody, a lot of bodies, actually. They're going to take advantage of you because you don't know how to first properly communicate, effectively communicate. It's either you telling somebody how it is, like that, or you're not telling them at all. You don't know how to just say, I was bothered by that, and that really made me feel a way. So from now on, I would like to be spoke to in this way. And if I'm doing something that is rubbing you the wrong way or that is triggering something in you, please let me know so that I can correct myself as well. Be assertive, but still nurturing, still loving. Put that little touch on the end that's like, I'll give you a hug, but I'll also walk away because I'm not slapping you no more. That that energy. A lot of us are seeking validation from people who don't even like themselves. You're constantly lowering your standards, your value, your worth to be validated by people who don't even like themselves because you don't like yourself. That's why you even attracted the person that you're trying to get validation from in the first place. Can I also say this? A lot of us feel like we need closure from toxic situations, friendships, and encounters. You don't need closure. You need confidence. Begin to fall in love with who you are. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just trauma. It's just hurt, pain stacked up on one person. And you think that's who you are. You think because what happened to you in your life that you can no longer be happy. You think because of that situation you got in, that relationship you were in, that nobody's going to love you because that person told you they was the only person that was going to love you. Manipulation. They knew you were the bomb. They knew you were that and then some. So they were trying to constrict you down to nothing so that you will only think that they were good enough for you. When actually they didn't even fit at all. They got you at a low moment, at a weak point in your life. And they would have never got you if you was really confident and aware of who you are. Stop lowering yourself down to fit in spaces and places and people that don't even serve you, don't even like themselves. Real quick, because the Holy Spirit just put this on my mind, let's talk about scarcity mindsets. Scarcity mindsets do not just have to do with money. It could have a lot to do with value. You're in this relationship, you're in this partnership, you're in this friendship with this person that does not serve you any longer, and vice versa for real, because you feel like there's nothing else for you. I've put this much time into this. I can't just leave it. What they're going to get with somebody else. And in 3 months, it's going to be this, that, and the third. And I put all this time. And what if? Scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset. There's somebody out there waiting on you, actually. There's a new job out there waiting on you, actually. A new place. A new energy. A new income. Everything that you are questioning and afraid to let go of because of the time you've put in, the energy you've put in, the effort you put in. You don't know what's out there for you. You don't want to start over. That's everybody's biggest thing. I don't want to start over. Starting over does not mean you're starting from scratch. It means you're starting from the new person that you are now. Your starting over is a blessing. Because you're no longer here. Now you're here. So you're starting over means that somebody here is meeting you. The job here is meeting you. The opportunity is meeting you. But if you still right here, you don't want to start over because you put too much time in it. The process is whatever you say to yourself about starting over. You're never going to get what's up here because it's not coming down there to get you. You got to start over on the new level that you're on. Starting over does not mean starting from scratch. It means starting from a new level. Elevate. Expand your mind. Expand your environment. Expand your thoughts. Expand your heart. What do you want for your life? What vision do you see for your life? What are you imagining as you lay down, as you work, as you're driving? What do you see for you? Holding on to a scarcity mindset is what will hold you back and keep you on the lower level that you are on now. Let go of the fear. Let go of the questions. Step out into the unknown because it will be the best thing that you have ever done for yourself. You think it was easy for me to stop watching the things I was watching, eating the things I stopped eating chicken. I grew up eating chicken. Pulled chicken, smothered chicken, baked chicken, fried chicken, all kinds of chicken, y'all. Cooked all kinds of different ways. Divine. Chicken was good. But it didn't serve me. So I had to let it go. Imagine if I would have been like, because I don't know what that's going to be like. I probably would have still had them 40 extra pounds on me. Almost 200 pounds. Step out on faith and step out into the unknown. You don't have to know what it's going to look like. You don't have to know what's going to happen. Just know that positive changes are going to come from it and it's going to elevate you and benefit your life. Step out. I'm not going to say things are always going to be good and flow and be effortless. Listen, a relationship, whether it's romantic, friendship, family, whatever, those are hard. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be days where you're fighting, disagreements, misunderstandings, hurt, pain. But as long as it's meant for your life and it's elevating you and it's making you better as a person, you won't mind arguing. You won't mind trying to figure it out. It takes work, just like you have to work on the personal relationship with yourself. Sometimes we so busy trying to work on everything else, fix everybody else, make them feel good. You're not even putting in that work for you in the relationship that you have with yourself. You can't have no relationship with nobody if you don't have one with yourself. Just like you will be misled if you don't have a relationship with God. Some of us are putting people here when they should be here, and God should be here, because people are going to disappoint you every time, just like you disappoint yourself. Now, God, He stay the same. It be you. Like it was me. Okay, now I'm blaming God and cursing God, and not cursing him, but like, why is this happening to me? Girl, that's not God, it's you. Actually, he's telling you that you're fearfully and wonderfully made and you can do all things, and you're telling yourself that you're nothing. You're telling yourself you can't do it. That's not God. You're disappointing yourself by placing a false identity and narrative on who you are because of what you've been through and what people have told you. He told you you were great. But you going with Sally, Susie, Meg, Henry, who said that you wasn't nothing, and you putting their word above God's word. Put God's word above their word. Because a lot of you are taking on false identities and acting as someone who's not even you. You're not even acting like yourself. You're taking on what everybody else has said about you, what you say about you, and what you've been through. And it's the furthest from the truth. You're a person of a certain caliber. Okay, you are here. You are divine. Okay, you are divine. You are divine. But you're keeping yourself down here because of the old you, the past you, the hurt, the pain, the trauma. If you let that person go, you can stand in your divinity, your power, your strength, your aura. Okay? You are powerful. You are that and then some. Okay? Stop letting people tell you that you're not. They're only telling you that you're not because they're waiting to level up before you. People see your potential. They see who you are. They see what you have to offer. They see your light and your power before you even see it. A lot of the best, the greatest people question themselves constantly. But everybody's like, wow, you're so amazing. You're this, you're that. And it's a good thing in a way because you remain humble. But you can't be so humble to the point where you don't value yourself at all. Everybody see who you are but yourself. So you staying around people who trying to keep you down and keep you under because they trying to come up before you come up because they've been seeing your light. No. Surround yourself with people who pour into you so that you can flourish and become the flower that you are, the king that you are, the queen that you are, so that you can then speak life into them and uplift them as well. All I'm saying is stand in your power, stand in your truth, and stand in your light. Stop allowing people to put false narratives on you, false identities and false words. Listen to God's word, not people, not things, not trauma, not experiences. Listen to God's word. You are far more precious than rubies, and a diamond does not compare to you. So walk with your shoulders high and your head up, and sit like it, talk like it, move like it, act like it, because it's your identity. You're a ruby. It's in the Bible, if you don't believe me. The lesson of the day is hold yourself at a high standard, at a high regard. Remain in your humility so that you're not cocky. You're not looking down on anybody, but you know your worth and you know who you are and you're confident in it. You walk boldly in it. And you don't apologize for it. Stop apologizing for who you are because people are not ready to stand in their light. When you walk in the room, the energy should shift. When you walk in the room, people should get happy. When you walk in the room, the whole world should stop because you're walking in your light and in your power. Nobody should be intimidated unless it's something internally going on with them. They should feel empowered when you enter into this space because you're confident in who you are, but you're also humble. Walk in your power. Don't apologize for it and move boldly. You are who you are. God said, I am who I am for whoever asking. You are who you are. Walk like it, move like it, talk like it. You have power. To end this message off, I want to just say that I love you guys and I'm so happy for your support and your messages and comments and asking for advice, your constructive criticism on how I can be better. I'm so thankful and so blessed, and I pray that this message brought you peace and revelation more than anything, because A lot of the times we get stuck being around people who do not serve us, and we're too blind to really see it because that's all we know. So I pray this message brought you revelation and also gave you that fire back, that confidence back, so that you can step out full, free, and victorious, because victory is yours. Claim it, grab it, walk with it, talk with it, shower with it. The person that can continue to honor God no matter how big the blessing is they receive. I pray this video spoke life into you, revived the parts of you that you thought were dead, that you were still, that you were questioning. And I pray that God continues to speak to you and through you and show you your signs, so that the people and the things that are keeping you down and in low spaces can fall out of your life and make space for your blessings, your abundance, and your elevation. See you guys later. Look for my book now. It's coming out.